Dean?
Hey Alex, how's it going?
Before we get into the show,
Yeah.
get there, there's something that I want to go over first.
Okay.
And we're, 7 episodes into this now?
This would be number 7, yes.
This is number 7. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep,
Six
1, 2, 3,
6 deep,
4, 5,
6
6,
done.
7.
7 is now.
I've always been, this has been going on for a while, and I wasn't sure how I was going to bring this up, because you just bought a new mic, right?
I did. I was very excited about starting up this podcast, and so I went out and I got myself a really nice recording mic, because we do this other show, right? And I didn't really have a great microphone for that show. I sounded kind of rough, so I went out and I got myself a really nice mic for this show.
And you were excited, and I was excited for you.
Yeah.
And that's why this has been so hard for me to discuss. You sound terrible.
Yeah.
In the past,
I've been sounding really bad in every show.
Yeah. And I didn't know how to bring it up, because I know you spent the money on it. You were excited, and there's just like this perfect little, no pun intended, gleeful bubble.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to burst it, but we're 7 episodes in, and when we record, you sound fine.
Yes,
I don't notice anything, but then I go through and edit, and you just sound awful.
Yeah, I was living inside of that bubble, I think, that gleeful bubble, because I would listen back to the shows and I would hear that I sounded awful. So the things that went through my mind are that Audacity, the program we use, compresses it and messes it up a bit.
We're sending it over the border. You send it to me.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta send it. It's going it's got to go up into the sky, into the satellites, come back down to you. I thought it gets maybe a little bit distorted there. When that didn't really make a lot of sense to me, because we do this other podcast and I sound fine on it.
Right.
We record by a different means, but that didn't really enter my mind. I was just thinking, you know what? This compression thing isn't really making a lot of sense to me. So I started thinking, maybe Alex, who does the editing, is making my voice sound worse, so his sounds better.
And I thought it was me too. I wondered if there was some subconscious
just distorting the quality.
You.
Yeah.
Which I kind of do. So I was wondering if that came out.
Yeah, so that's why I was thinking it. It definitely seems like it's something you would do.
It's definitely something I would do.
Yeah, so I was okay with it. I kind of accepted it. That's kind of our roles. Know your role, right? So my role is to have my voice sound not as good as yours. Mm-hmm. But there was one annoying thing that was happening, and that was the cord of my headphones was somehow rubbing up against my shirt or rubbing up against the mic or something and making this really annoying sound. So that I wanted to get rid of. No, that was not. I wanted to get rid of that. So what I did last episode, I threw it over my shoulder. So there's no way you can hear that thing rub. It is in my computer, down around my shoulder, not even anywhere near the mic. Still, I listened to the recording, and it's there.
You know how much fun it is to edit one of these things and listen to your headphone, your headphone cord rubbing
it's not fun.
The entire time?
It's not fun.
No.
You tried to isolate the sound. We looked at it. You looked at it. There's no sound.
There's no sound. There was nothing there. I can see.
There's no sound wave.
Going through Audacity and editing this stuff, I can see all the sound waves. Anything makes a noise, it gives me that little line does something. It makes a move. What I did was I tried to isolate it. I found a piece of audio where you were not speaking, and that sound was still occurring. And I focused in on that. And you want to know what I saw?
What'd you see?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I saw nothing. That line didn't move at all.
That even makes less sense than losing the quality over compressing it and sending it over.
Yeah.
So I was determined to figure this out. I'm not going to have this rubbing happening. I mean, my voice is already getting distorted, which is fine. That's the way it should be. But I cannot also have this rubbing. So I actually went home from work at lunchtime to try to solve this and figure it out. And I went home, opened up my computer, opened up Audacity, and I was going to do a little test record and see what I can do with
because we had discussed that. We had discussed you doing some test recordings to figure it out.
Yeah, so I was going to see how, like, where can I put this headphone cord so that it doesn't get in the way and it doesn't do any rubbing.
This is how much we care.
Yeah, a lot. So I open up Audacity, and kind of the first thing I see right when I open it is a little mic symbol. And beside the little mic symbol, it says built-in input.
Now, mine does not say that.
I thought right away that was a red flag. Built-in input should not be what it says.
No, because your mic, as far as I know, is not built into anything.
It is not. It is a standalone mic. It is not built into the computer. So what I did was I clicked on that little microphone and selected the mic that I had purchased for the show.
So, for the last... Has it been all 6 episodes?
You know what? I have a vague memory of doing it correctly for the first episode.
So for 5 episodes...
Yes.
You were using... Instead of using your really nice mic that you were excited to purchase...
Yes.
You were using... And this is nothing against your computer, because all of them are like this. You were using the terrible built-in mic.
Yeah. And that rubbing sound was... the cord rubbing against the computer because it's right next to it. It's right on top of it.
We still have a mystery, though. Like, we solved that. You sound good now.
Yes.
I want to know why it's still making a noise, why I can't see it.
Yes, that's the other mystery. I don't know. I don't know that.
Maybe sound works different in Canada.
It could. There's a lot of things that work differently. Sound, that wouldn't surprise me.
I have not been to Canada I think I was in middle school, maybe 6th grade. I don't know. I'm just pulling a number out of anywhere. It's been a long time since I've been to Canada, and I don't really remember much.
Where did you go in Canada?
We were on the East Coast. We were traveling around the East Coast, visiting some of the states over there, and we popped up by Niagara Falls.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So nowhere by you.
No, I was actually at Niagara Falls just recently, though.
Not at the same time. How cool would that have been if we were there at the same time?
Yeah. Did you happen to go a few months ago? You said you thought it was 6th grade, but you think maybe it was potentially a few months ago?
It could have been 6 months ago.
Could have been 6 months ago? Okay, yeah, that was about the time I went.
6th grade, 6 months ago, that makes sense.
You can't really remember it.
No.
I apparently can't remember to drop down the right microphone on a program. You can't remember.
You'll never forget it.
Now I will never forget it. I consider myself, somewhat of a techie guy. I work in like a computer software department. I'm on a computer many hours of the day. I'm generally comfortable with computer-related activities.
You probably don't want to tell anyone there that you did this.
No, I won't be telling anybody about this. I'll only be telling you. This is just you, me, one-on-one friends talk.
Right. Because this is not part of the show. I will edit this out.
Oh yeah. That was just a huge life fail right there. And once I figured it out, man, was I a little upset at myself. Go out there, buy a $200 microphone to sound great on a podcast, but nope, you know what? I'm going to use the built-in mic, which is actually lower quality than the mic I was using for the other show, which I upgraded. I was getting this mic to upgrade that other show's microphone, and I ended up using a worse recording device.
So, I'm trying to find the email right now after you figured out what went wrong. That's one of my favorite things.
You might not be able to read it. We're a family-friendly show.
Oh my God. I'm uploading the Skype recording to you right now because it's perfect. We also record a backup using a Skype
Thank goodness.
Guess who has never changed the input mic on Audacity? I've been recording off my computer mic every episode except for maybe the first. Explicit word. My $200 mic, I'm using the built-in laptop one. Oh my god, I'm an idiot.
There we go. Yeah, that was a good time for me.
I feel like you restrained yourself when typing that email.
I did a little bit. I mean, I only all capsed maybe a few sentences in there. It was all caps in my head, all of it. It was all caps.
And this is like Canadian enraged. So it's enraged, but not like you're always restrained, I feel.
Yeah.
Like you guys are always holding back something.
Yeah, and then we have to apologize after.
Yeah. Yep. If you look 3 down, you apologize for using the bad word.
So yeah, you gotta. You just it's inappropriate.
I didn't forgive you, but
because you're American.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have to forgive you.
No.
What do I? You're in Canada. You mean nothing.
No, exactly. Yeah.
You stay up there. I'll stay down here.
Okay.
And that's all we need.
As long as we got the border between us, we can do this kind of show.
Wall.
Yeah. Wall would be nice.
Welcome to First Last with Alex and Dean. How's it going?
Now it's going great.
Now that you have everything, you've clicked the right button, you're using the mic. So you were just talking into just some object.
Yeah, just picture that. I had an object in front of me that I was speaking into. Like, okay, so the mic is probably disappointed in me, right? I'm not even using it for its purpose.
I find myself disappointed in you.
Just sitting here. There should be a hidden camera on me, just sitting here talking into a mic, and then like a zoom up of what Audacity really says that it's picking up my laptop mic. That would be like a great bloopers clip that would it would have millions of hits on YouTube when everyone just be like, look at this idiot.
Maybe, your mic probably thought that the two of you were forming this relationship. Like you just once a week, you would sit down and talk to it for about an hour.
Exactly. And
it really enjoyed that.
Just share what I felt about a television show with this mic, and just have, really, even though it knows it can't really respond, just have a great conversation.
Speaking of television shows, Glee.
Yeah, Glee.
We're talking about Glee tonight.
We watched the first and the last.
First and the last. And I just want to point. I feel like I don't do this on mine when it's my turn to pick the show.
Okay.
But I feel like I do this for yours. I have this need to tell people this was Dean's pick.
Yeah.
This is you. You chose this. Now
you do have that need.
What you will. Why am I doing it?
You know what, people? Read all the way into it, because this show, we're going to get a little bit personal into my life, because I love teen dramas. There. It's out there. I said it. The world knows. I love teen dramas.
If someone asked me, what is the one thing I need to know about Dean? There's one thing that you tell me this. It's like watching these shows. You watch last, you're an expert. If you had to know one thing about Dean and you would be an expert on Dean, it would be that he loves teen drama shows. That's teen shows.
That's my thing.
That's everyone needs a thing.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a thing, and you like teens.
Yeah, to be honest, when we started when we got the idea for the show, I made a list of shows that I might want to do for this podcast, and there's a lot of teen dramas. Actually, I have a specific section for the teen dramas, and it's quite a long list.
I did the same. I created a list as well.
Oh, okay.
And on that list, there are no teen dramas. I did not include any. Now, I don't want to spoil anything for future episodes, because this won't be the only teen drama show we ever cover.
Definitely not. I will be visiting that list.
If this was up to you, every week would be teen drama.
Oh yeah, it honestly took me so long just to pick which teen drama I wanted to do.
So I don't want to give anything away and say by saying I hate all teen dramas.
Right.
Because that's not
even though you do.
true. It might be true. Might not be true.
Right. Just don't. You got to keep them in suspense. Don't spoil it right now. Yeah.
Not going to happen. Because what happens when you decide, oh, we're watching... I can't think of one off the top of my head right now. Dean, what's another teen drama?
One Tree Hill.
One Tree Hill. There we go. I'm not going to say right now that I hate all teen dramas, because as soon as people see that we're talking about One Tree Hill, they're going to say, Alex hates this.
Hater.
That might not be true. I might love One Tree Hill.
I think you would.
I'm not going to say anything now.
Right. Yeah. We'll see.
We'll get to that eventually.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Watching that.
Yeah.
But before we get into talking about Glee, I think we have a message from our sponsor.
We do. We have a sponsor today. Sponsor today is Treadmill. Never have enough space in your closet to hang those wet shirts? Well, all you need is a treadmill. The cylindrical arms are the perfect place to hang those extra shirts. Treadmills even have a large dashboard where you can drape pants or shorts over. With the treadmill, you'll never have to worry about wet clothes touching the dry ones. So don't just walk, run to your nearest treadmill dealer to keep that closet in shape. Treadmill.
Useful. See, I've been using a stationary bike.
Oh, okay. I've never tried one of those. I think treadmill has more space.
It does. That's the thing. Like, now that I know of treadmill, I need to go buy a treadmill.
Yeah, exactly. I actually am looking at one right now, and it is doing a great job. I have, what do we got? 10 shirts on there right now, drying. It's great.
Is it? Yeah, that's the thing too. It's always nice when a product works the way it's intended to work.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like
there's times when you buy something and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do.
No, exactly. It just sits in the corner and you use it to throw things on. You don't really use it for what it's made for.
I'm buying a treadmill.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm going to say it. They're expensive. They cost some money, but they do the job.
But
so
aren't the things... Okay. Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
What did I tell you about calling me? Uh-huh. No, I don't care what your excuse is. No, you. All right. I love you too, Mom.
So, treadmills.
Yep. It's okay. Keep going.
They do the job.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Are you okay?
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should get a treadmill.
Yeah, I told you I was going to get a treadmill.
Good. Yeah. Do you need to take some time right now, or are you good to continue on?
I'm fine. What are you talking about?
Okay, nothing. Just maybe. Okay, you know what? Glee. We're talking about Glee. Let's do plot summaries. Let's get right into it here.
All right. First, touchy Glee teacher gets canned when annoying little shit Rachel Berry turns him in for getting his diddle on with one of the students. Not that she cared about the touching, she was just upset he gave the lead vocal role to someone else. Seeing an opening, Spanish teacher Will Schuster volunteers, or rather pays, to teach the program. Mr. Shu restarts the Glee Club under the name New Direction. Students sign up, rehearse, and find they are terrible. They need a stronger man lead. But those guys are all jocks. Fast forward through some stuff about Will's wife being a shrewish bitch, and the cutesy guidance counselor Emma having a crush on him. Will creeps on the star quarterback while he's in the shower and hears he can sing, blackmailing him into joining the club. New Direction has found its male lead. Will's wife, already unsupportive of his gleeing, announces she is pregnant and tells Will he needs to quit teaching and find an accounting job that will pay more money. He puts in his 2-week notice. The kids sing Journey. Will decides to stick around because of Emma's help. He realizes it's better to do what makes you happy rather than what makes you money. Oh, and Jane Lynch is ruthless and amazing.
Last, in point form, just like the episode. McKinley High is now a school for performing arts, and Mr. Shu is the principal. Rachel Berry wins a Tony. is pregnant with Curtin Blaine's baby and is married to Jesse St. James, who also has won a Tony. Sue Sylvester is vice president and apparently giving speeches for arts programs. Mercedes is touring with Beyonce. Kurt and Blaine are in New York, still together, starring in the first LGBTQ production of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Artie is a movie director, and Tina, now his girlfriend, stars in his movie. It is either 3 months earlier, 5 years later, or some other time I couldn't keep track of. Everyone is back at McKinley, I think to dedicate the theater to Finn, who has died recently. All former members of the Glee Club join on stage for one last song to prove once again that Glee can deliver an incoherent pile of slop, but it just takes one amazing song to pull me back in.
So, remember when we discussed Prison Break?
I do remember.
And that was back when you were using the wrong mic.
Yeah, that was another one of my picks.
Yes. And I told you that when you said Prison Break, I was really... I wasn't all that thrilled that we were going to watch it. But then I told you I really enjoyed watching Prison Break, right?
Yeah, you did say that.
This was a conversation we had. People, you can go back and listen to this.
You weren't looking forward to it, but you know what? You ended up being very entertained.
Right. Now, cut to 2 weeks later, and here we are today. You have me watching Glee, and I felt that same way. I felt like I did not want to watch this show.
Right.
But I did, because that's what we do. And I still feel the same way. I did not like this at all.
Oh, not a Prison Break moment, was it?
No.
No.
Not
Not at all. You didn't like it at all.
No, this was absolutely terrible.
Even...
I hated all of this. The last episode was worse.
Okay.
But first episode was also bad. Here's the thing. I just want to get this out right now.
Get it out.
If you were to remove all of the teens and just focus on the adults in the show, you'd have me. I'd love it. This would be great. But that kind of gets... It's a teen drama. This is your thing.
So you're saying remove the entire cast.
Remove everything you love. And there's
everything
a show.
I
There's
love
a show
about the
in
show.
there.
And there's a show for you.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
These kids are so talented. Come on.
As singers?
Yes.
Okay.
As
Sure.
singers. Yes, as singers.
Yeah, they can sing.
Yeah, not a lot of them can act.
No. No, they can't.
But that... Okay. So the pilot.
Mm-hmm.
The
I'm
pilot...
going to let you lead this, because...
I'm going to say the pilot is funny. Like you said, Sue Sylvester, everything Jane Lynch says is...
she's amazing.
A riot. Even while you were reading the pilot, the first plot summary, I could tell that you do not enjoy it by the words you wrote.
You could tell?
Yeah. But as I was listening to it, I was like, yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Ooh.
How they start up, but they suck. And then, actually, I don't think you have it in there. They go to watch their competition in concert, and their competition is incredible.
Yeah.
They just need the male lead. They get the quarterback guy who's actually... So he's cool, right? Because he's the quarterback guy, but he also kind of feels like he's a bit of an outcast. Somehow he's
not
the
cool at all.
Well, that's the thing, but he's the quarterback lead. But
they
he's the
try and
so
pass him off as being cool. He's not cool.
Well, he's supposed to be not cool, though.
He's none of them are cool. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, that's why he's in the Glee Club.
None of us are cool. But even the other people who aren't cool are still cooler than this guy.
Right. I don't know. He's in both worlds, right? He's in the quarterback world and he's in the Glee Club world. He wants to be in them. He's a nice guy. He ends up in the first early scenes, he's throwing a kid into the dumpster.
Yeah, he's not a nice guy.
In later scenes, though, he's helping a kid out of a porta potty they locked in, helping Artie out, the kid in the wheelchair out of the porta potty. So he's kind of makes a little shift.
It didn't take long for that shift to occur.
it's a pretty good plot tool that his wife's pregnant, so now he should go work in accounting to make more money, but then he hears them sing Don't Stop Believing, and he's like, hey, they're actually awesome, and I love this. That Don't Stop Believing, you didn't get any sort of good feelings during that.
You know what? I did. And that's because I found the best way to watch these episodes is I have an extension on Google Chrome that allows me to speed up the playback speed for videos. And so I watched both of these at a ×2 speed.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Wow.
I've watched other shows like that before. I kind of like it. But listening to them sing Don't Stop Believin' and sound a little bit like chipmunks, that was pretty cool.
That was pretty good?
Yeah, I did enjoy that.
Okay.
That was probably my favorite part.
So I feel like I'm on the defensive for the show.
Very much so on the defensive.
But like I do want to be clear that I don't really think it's a fantastic show.
I hope not.
No, I do. Okay,
but if you enjoy, okay, here's the thing though, people. It's okay to like things. It's okay. And it's okay for people not to like things. I'm not going to judge you for liking Glee. Like clearly, you know at this point, I don't like this.
Yeah.
If you do, that's great. That's great. I'm not going to say nice things about it, but I'm not going to say bad things about you. Yeah,
this show had a huge following, especially at the beginning.
Yep.
Right? So I think I watched a bit of the first. I watched the first full 2 seasons. I think I watched a bit of the third. I really liked it. I actually kind of became a little obsessed with it. I thought that the Lea Michele, who plays Rachel Berry, I think she is one of the best singers in the world.
She's fantastic. She is really good.
And I would like YouTube, try to find their audition tapes. They have their audition tapes out there. I'd look into like what other things these kids did in musical theater. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I kind of became a little obsessed, but like not enough where I even needed to carry on watching the show because I never actually finished the show. This is the first time I've ever seen the finale.
Okay.
But I still, even after watching the finale, which was pretty awful, we'll get to it. Mm-hmm. I still went on my computer and just like researched a bunch of stuff about them, and I cheated and I went back and watched some middle episodes, but really just fast forward to the musical numbers. I just think I think the show had so much. I like musicals.
Yeah. Okay. So and I do too. But
I love musicals.
I just want to throw out here that you said you would fast forward to the musical numbers.
Yeah.
I thought those. Well, there's really.
You like to fast forward through the musical numbers.
Yeah, but I'm thinking back to the first episode. You can't really. There's only one that I would fast forward through, and that's when they go to the other schools.
That other school was incredible.
The rehab.
Rehab. That school is amazing.
I've actually sat through those before.
Okay.
My sister was in. They called it CSI, and it was Choir Sing Incorporated or something like. I don't know. Yeah. I'm probably messing that up. So yeah. I've sat through these competitions before. I didn't need to watch it on TV.
Yeah. I love it. I love that. I love vocal choir. I love high school choirs. I love going to university choirs, anything. I really enjoy those types of performances. So this like show is right down the line for me. Like this is right exactly what I would like.
This is the perfect Dean show.
I honestly, I think they made 7 albums from the show, and then they just started releasing songs on iTunes one at a time. I have all 7 CDs.
Oh, of course you do.
I have all 7 CDs. I didn't do it once they started releasing them one at a time. I think this show had so much potential after that first episode, and I think they got popular, and that ruined them.
Okay.
I don't know if you can tell, but by that last episode, none of those characters are the same as they are in the first.
No, but that's good for some of them because
I guess, but
Rachel
they're all super
so
cool.
hard to watch.
Oh yeah, she's hilarious. She's so
horrible.
funny. Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy watching that.
Yeah.
Like, I get what they're doing, but I still don't want to watch it.
Right.
Like, I hated those people when I was in school.
Yeah.
I don't need to watch them now that I'm out.
Right. Yeah, I was just blown away by their musical talent. And I did think that that first episode was really funny and had really good direction for the show.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, it had Tobolowsky in it, so that was great.
Yeah.
I was so happy to see when he showed up.
Yeah. If you get to the finale, I think there's way more to talk about in the finale. Let's just go to the finale.
Because the first episode isn't, for me, isn't good enough or bad enough to have a lot to say about it.
Right. I actually didn't watch it right when it first came out. I watched it when they reran it. I think the pilot came out a few months before the season started. Okay. So when they replayed it right before the season was going to start, that's when I rewatched the pilot, and all the actors were like live tweeting while it was on, and they were putting the tweets to the screen. So like you would hate that so much, but it was pretty cool. I liked it. It really got you pumped up for the Don't Stop Believing in the Auditorium, because they kept teasing it at the beginning. Anyways, yeah. So the finale.
What's the story in the finale?
I don't know.
I don't know what it is. Just
I honestly don't know what it is.
Cut.
I like, it's not even really an episode. I don't know what it is. There's no plot in it. I think maybe everybody's coming together to dedicate the theater to Finn.
They're not. Like that's
what happens at the end.
A 5-minute portion of it, but that's not like what we're leading up to.
Yeah, it's just like a bunch of time jumps to everyone's perfect life, and not even just perfect life, but everyone's like ridiculously perfect life.
Yes.
Which is not I didn't think was the point of the show at the beginning.
No,
like
I was
what
really
I got from
hoping they would show one of them like homeless.
Well, I don't want everyone's life to be terrible. Yeah, I don't want everyone's life to be terrible, but
never went anywhere. Like,
no. I still
Mr.
want their
Shu
life.
is now an accountant.
I still want yeah, exactly, the worst thing possible. I don't want everyone's life to be terrible. Like I want them still to have great and work
No,
out.
I want one of their lives to be terrible. They don't all get to be perfect.
Yeah, well, one of them's dead, so I guess
that's different. Because
yeah, it is different because he actually
really
died.
Dead. Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing about this show, is that something would happen, and then they would always take backs. Like it'd always take it back. So something dramatic would happen, and then, oh no, it really wasn't that way. Mm-hmm. Like in the very next episode of the pilot, like you learn that like Will Schuester, his wife isn't pregnant. She's lying to him.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah. So like he has this big decision to make about quitting his job and going to work somewhere else for more money. And he makes this decision to stay a teacher because being a teacher and working with the Glee Club and working with the kids is better. But like he didn't really have a decision to make because she's not pregnant. Yeah. So it's kind of all like that. So that's the one thing that they couldn't do, right? Because the guy who plays Finn, I'm blanking on his name right now.
I can tell you.
Yeah, but the guy who plays Finn actually died. So they had to go with that storyline. And what I did after I watched the first and the last, actually, is I went and watched that episode because I'd never seen it before. I watched the episode after he died. And that is probably one of the best episodes they have. Because everything's so real. Everyone's emotions are so... Everyone's emotions are so real. Like, the Lea Michele is actually dating him when he died.
How did he die?
He died of an overdose.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then one of them ended up having like kiddie porn.
Yeah, that was
which one?
That was Puck. That was his buddy, his like football playing buddy from the first episode. Yeah. Yeah. And like one of the girls, one of the cheerleaders from the show dated that Puck guy in real life, and she said afterwards that she wasn't surprised that he had the kid porn.
You know,
That's just strange.
It
That's
should
only
at
strange
least
to
be
say.
a surprise.
Yeah, it should be you dated him. It should be a surprise.
Oh God!
Like that's something that I think should be a surprise. Should be like, oh wow, yeah, well I thought he was kind of weird, but that's yeah, I didn't see that coming. Oh yeah, I saw that coming. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This finale, like, it plays like it's like bad fan fiction or something, right? Like everyone
exactly that.
Everyone
There's
just
no
wrote
storyline. It
Yeah.
just cuts from
everyone's perfect ending.
scene
It's
to
just
scene,
yeah,
and they're not all that creative.
no, they're
Like, what's her face is singing for Beyonce? What?
yeah.
What?
Like what I get from the pilot is like even if you feel like an outsider, you're not alone, stay true to yourself, but like 90% of the people in this finale are like stars.
Yeah. And
like they're popular.
Sue's vice president to Jeb Bush.
I don't understand. I don't even understand where that came from.
What?
I just would have liked something more realistic because it makes
Yes.
makes it accessible, right? If it's more realistic. So a show that's supposed to be accessible to everybody and like accessible to people who feel lonely and everything, it just became not accessible anymore because now it's not realistic goals.
To at the end cut back to say Leah Michelle, and she was just like thinking that that was how their lives were going to turn out.
Dude, I thought the exact same thing. I totally thought that was going to happen because it was so ridiculous.
Yeah.
When all these things were happening, I was like, oh, it's somebody's like pondering over something for sure.
Uh-huh.
Or it's going to cut back to like Will on stage in like the very first scene where they're going to give like where he's waiting for them to announce who won nationals. And I thought it was going to cut back to him and he's going to be like, oh, that would be really nice if this is where all the kids ended up.
Right.
And then like they win or something. But it was not that. It was actually 5 years in the future, flash forward. It was weird. So okay, and like this Jesse St. James thing, like Rachel's husband, I don't like you don't know because you haven't watched the middle. I watched some of the middle. The episodes that I've seen with him in there, he was falsely liking Rachel. Like he was leading her on and tricking her because he actually is from Vocal Adrenaline, so he's trying to like gain secrets or whatever. And she finds out, she hates him. He ends up egging her at some point in time, like actually throwing eggs at her. That's the last time I saw him. And now they're married.
And now they're married.
So that didn't make any sense. Well, none of it made any sense, but
Man, like, I'm trying to find one good thing. Truly I am. Find one good thing to say about the finale.
I have two. I have two good things.
Okay.
They're both songs. This time, the song This Time that Rachel sings in the auditorium is awesome.
Okay, but who is she singing to? Like, she's just singing.
School? The school. I think she's talking about her time with them.
When they cut and she's also singing in like the Glee Club room.
Yeah.
Why? Who is she singing to in there? She's just singing like it felt like a really.
Yeah, that's kind of how the show goes. They just kind of sing.
Right, but there should at least be a purpose to singing.
Yeah, it's like her farewell.
Okay, no.
I know what you mean.
Like a story purpose.
I know
Like
what
a
you mean.
purpose in the plot.
Oh yeah, no. There's definitely no story purpose to it. I just think it's a great song.
And that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
I just that was my thing. I would have liked all the music stuff more if it would have made sense. Like the Don't Stop Believin' song that they do in the first episode, that actually really does work.
Yeah. Well, and that's what they used to do. They used to write an episode and make songs fit the episode. Then the songs came out on iTunes and were big hits. So now they just want to, okay, let's see what we can cover this week so that we can get good iTunes hits and let's write an episode around it. And that is totally what killed them.
Yeah, I guess I just don't understand why. I mean, I understand your explanation makes sense, but from like a creative perspective, that's terrible. Like you completely get rid of any meaning in your show when you.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm saying it's awful. That's definitely horrible. That's what killed the show. Is them going more towards things like that, and then like nothing really made sense. There wasn't, like, even though it's a teen drama, the drama was so bad because it's just trying to throw things at you. It's just like it's going to try to throw something and see what sticks, and then eventually one of them does, and they have a great episode. And then, a bunch of crap, and then a great episode.
I remember, because my sister watched this show.
Yeah.
I remember 2 episodes that I thought were pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was, and I think actually both of them, it was the same episode. I'm just remembering 2 different parts. So there's only one episode.
There's only one good episode.
Is it's not really, but the school shooting episode.
Okay, I don't know if I've seen that one.
That one, it's not really a school shooting, and
okay,
but the emotion that they get out of the actors is actually pretty good, and Jane Lynch plays a really good role in that episode.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you were to just remove all the kids, this would be my show. I really like Will.
Yeah, you really like Will?
How can you not like him? I think he's a pretty likable guy.
Yeah, I like Will.
Jane Lynch is hilarious.
Yeah.
As Sue. And
really a lot of you're right, a lot of the teachers, a lot of the adults are hilarious.
Yeah.
They play great roles. There's a good school dynamic thing going on. It just definitely becomes more about the drama of the kids.
Yeah. And I guess that's where you lose me, because I just don't care.
Yeah. Again, I did like the musical number at the end, with all of the, I guess whoever came out for the finale show got to be in that last one.
And why is Will singing with them all the time?
Oh, he always sings with them. Yeah, I don't know.
He's the teacher.
He always sings with them.
I don't get it. They're the kids. They're the ones who are supposed to be singing.
He doesn't sing with them in performances, but he sings. That's how they connect.
Why is the vice president, like you said in your last synopsis, why is the vice president giving a talk at the school?
I don't know. And I didn't really like any part of Sue in the finale.
Her song was good. I liked the song between her and Will.
The song was fine, and it made sense, but I don't know. I thought she was so not to her character in that final episode, just to kind of wrap it up that she's not really that bad. I don't know. Yeah. She did still call Kurt porcelain, which is pretty funny.
I don't know. This, just based off of these 2 episodes, not for me. Who's your hero? Who's your zero?
This is hard. I haven't picked them yet.
Do you want me to go?
You go, yeah.
Okay. My hero, which is probably my hero is Will. He's a really likable guy. He's stuck in a horrible marriage in the first episode. His wife is like cartoonishly horrible.
Yeah. She's also from Prison Break.
Is she?
Do you remember she was LJ's mom?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, continue.
Wow. So 2 shows now, both from you. Yeah. At least I liked one of them.
I'll pick Heroes next. She's in that too.
Okay, that's my hero. Give me your hero.
Okay, actually, my hero's pretty easy. I know my hero. My hero is Rachel. I think her voice is incredible. It doesn't matter anything else that's going on. Every time she sings, I think it's the greatest thing. She has one album out that I own, and it is shortly after, the guy's name's Corey. Finn's real name is Corey. Right. It was shortly after Corey died, and it is dark.
Makes sense.
So it's not really, it's kind of over the top dark. Not really it feels a little bit too much. So I don't really enjoy it that much. But anyways, I think she's extremely talented, and yeah, I think a lot of the kids are.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't really get to you don't really get to see it a lot, but Blaine is also an extremely talented singer.
Which one's Blaine?
He's Kurt's husband.
He was in wasn't he the Harry Potter musical?
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I like him.
Darren Criss, yeah, that is awesome. He wrote the music for that.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So I knew he was in both, and I couldn't remember his name in the show, but
yeah. He wrote that song that Rachel's singing in the hallways in the last episode that you didn't like.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
I guess they can't all be winners, but
the song's pretty good.
All right, so my 0, and I'm not being cynical this time and saying all the kids,
Right.
I actually have a 0.
Okay, good.
And it is the principal from the first episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That guy is just a scumbag.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, $60 a month for Glee Club. Where's that money coming? Like what costs that much money a month?
Yeah.
I don't get where that's coming from.
Yeah.
But he's just such a jerk. Like Jane Lynch is supposed to be this over the top mean person.
Yeah.
But this guy, the principal, he's just, and he's so aloof. And the principal is my 0. I hated him. I like that he was not, to my knowledge, in the finale.
Yeah. He was just in the crowd at the end.
Okay.
Which actually, so was Will's wife. She was like, does she work at the school? Like, there was a funny moment when she
wanted to include everyone at the end. Again, it doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense, but we're going to do it anyway.
You know what? If that last episode was just that last scene in the auditorium where they all just sang and there was just everyone there, then that would have been fine. You don't need a storyline, just that's it. It's 5 minutes, it comes on, they sing, and it's done. Ugh. I would have loved that finale. That would have been nice.
Okay. Who's your 0?
Okay. So my 0 I'm gonna go with is Puck, who's Finn's buddy that's kind of harassing him in the first episode. He's not in the finale a lot. I think he is in there. It's not because of his real life child pornography. It's because
which would be a pretty good reason.
Yeah, like he seems to be just one of those dumb bullies at the school. Like, he just doesn't think anything through and doesn't think any of his actions are hurting anyone. And when they put Artie in the porta potty and they're gonna shove it over, that was too much for me. And then they find out Finn is in Glee Club and they just like gun him down with paintball guns at like point blank, like right in the street, just gun him down. That's not nice. I didn't like it.
No, he was definitely a 0.
Yeah, so Puck's my 0.
Okay. Ratings.
This one's really tough for me. I actually, although I don't seem too positive, I do love the show.
I know you do.
I just don't think it's like super good. I would sit down and I would put it on and I'd just watch episode after episode, and there would be moments in each show that I would really enjoy. So it wouldn't be like really the whole show I'm really enjoying, but there would be moments that I love. Mm-hmm. The finale is awful, and the pilot I think is very good.
I would say this is a worse finale than Dexter.
Yeah, Dexter had a plot. Like, Dexter had things that don't make sense.
You could laugh about.
Yeah, Dexter had like stupid loose ends that they were wrapping up, but like this isn't even a plot. Like, it just jumps around. They're showing you 5 years. They're showing you 3 months ago. I actually don't even know what the timeline is in that final episode. I didn't really like it at all, except for the songs. I'd like maybe YouTube the songs after, but it's hard for me. I'm just gonna say 6, because I do really like it. So it's over a 5 for me, because I would sit down right now, watch an episode, and enjoy it. So it's got to be over a 5.
And you would watch more.
I would watch more,
That's-
yeah. I'd be kind of selective in my watching more. Like I said, I would sit down, I'd pick an episode, I'd watch it for a bit, hear some songs. If I didn't like it, I'd just get out of there and pick another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the parts that you watch for are the parts that I don't want to see.
Right.
I would like them if they made sense in the story, and I haven't seen every episode, but I feel like more often than not, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Looking at Netflix, it gets 2 stars.
Wow, really?
I was really surprised to see that rating on Netflix.
That's shocking.
And
I think Canadian Netflix might have 4 stars.
it probably does. You guys are
We just love stuff. Yeah, we're very forgiving.
too forgiving if you can.
We're very forgiving.
2 stars. So 2 out of 5, that gets you a 4 out of 10, because we rate off of a 10 scale here, and I still think that's too high. This gets like a, because we're basing it off of the first and last episodes. This gets a 2.
All right.
The finale was just, it wasn't a finale. It was nothing. It was just a bunch of incoherent.
No, yeah, it wasn't very good.
Strung together.
Yeah, it was not very good at all.
I will never watch another episode again.
All right.
Ever.
Harsh.
2, no more episodes.
Harsh.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Better luck next time, teen dramas.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they fare next time round.
All right, let's get out of here.
Now, when you say let's get out of here, I usually just leave. Like, I just take off my headset and walk out my door. Is that what you
that's
mean?
why I have like 6 hours of just dead air.
That's not what you mean.
To cut out.
That's not what you mean.
It's not. You need to stop the recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
think
that
that was
would be
also?
nice.
Did you think that was also something my mic was doing and you didn't want to bring up?
No, that was you.
Okay, you
That
just
was
never
you. I
you
knew
never
it
brought.
was you, but they told me that I had to keep myself in check here because I get so frustrated with the things that you do. My blood pressure rises.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, boss. I'll do it.
You better.
Right.
You better be. Don't call me boss, because I know you're doing that just to spite me. You don't mean it.
I do mean it. I have to. It's in my contract. I have to call you boss. Actually, I think you wrote it. I think you wrote my contract.
I wrote your contract.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Later. Don't stop.
But stop.